Welcome to Virtual Storytime with MidPointe Library. My name is Jess, and I can't wait to share some stories with you today. Are you ready for a story? If you're ready for a story, clap your hands. If you're ready for a story, clap your hands. If you're ready for a story, if you're ready for a story, if you're ready for a story, clap your hands. Today, our virtual story time is going to be all about books. That's why I brought one of my favorite books, Moose's Book Bus. The words and pictures are by Inga. Moose lived with his family in a house in the woods. Every evening after supper, when they had all settled comfortably around the fire in their living room, Moose would tell his family a story. Then, one evening, Moose couldn't think of a single story he hadn't told his family before. "Why don't you read a story?" said Mrs. Moose. So Moose went to borrow a storybook from Bear next door. But Bear didn't have a storybook. Neither did any of the other animals who lived in the woods. Not Badger, not Fox, not Hare, not Mole, not the 3 wild pigs, not even the beavers had a storybook that Moose could borrow. So, the next day, Moose went to the library in town. At the library, there were lots and lots of storybooks for Moose to borrow. "How about Little Red Riding Hood?" suggested the librarian. "Or Puss in Boots, or Cinderella. You can borrow them all if you like, Moose." "My," said Bear when she saw all the storybooks. And that evening after supper, she brought her cubs along to hear Moose read Little Red Riding Hood. Next day, Bear told Badger how exciting Little Red Riding Hood had been. And that evening, she came back to hear Moose read Puss in Boots. Only this time, as well as her cubs, Bear brought Badger with her, and Badger's hubby and their cubs. The evening after that, as well as her cubs, and Badger's hubby and their cubs, Bear brought Fox along to listen to Cinderella, and Fox brought his missus and their cubs. Hare came too, and Mole, and the wild pigs brought 3 litters of piglets. Come in," said Moose. "The more the merrier." But they were really rather squashed, and poor Mrs. Moose was run off her feet making cocoa for everyone. When the beavers piled in, it got so awfully crowded in Moose's living room, it was like being in a can of sardines. No one could move. Moose hardly had room to read Cinderella. And this was a pickle. It really was. So, next morning, Moose called the librarian on the telephone. Then he went to the junkyard and found an old bus. And after he had fixed the bus up and fitted it out, Moose drove it to the library in town. The bus was loaded up with lots and lots of storybooks. Books for Bear to borrow, and for Badger, and for all the other animals who lived in the woods. "But we can't read," said Bear. So Moose taught Bear to read. And then Bear taught Badger, and Badger taught Fox. Not Fox. Mrs. Moose taught the Hare to read. And then Hare taught Mole. Mole and Hare taught the 3 wild pigs, and the wild pigs taught the beavers. Soon, everyone was borrowing storybooks from the book bus and taking them home to read for themselves. Or with their neighbors. Because reading together is such good fun. But no one could read a story like Moose could. And so, his living room still got full. Only now, it was just in a cozy way, with never a whiff of sardines. The end. I love that book. And did you know that MidPointe Library has its own book bus? Our library on wheels brings books all over Butler County to people who want to read them. Isn't that special? Today, we're going to do an activity that explores the genres of books. Genre is a word that means how we group books based on what they're about. I have a lot of different books here today, so let's explore some of the genres. First, I have a pink fantasy book. Fantasy books deal with magical creatures like unicorns or mermaids or knights in shining armor fighting dragons. Next, I have a blue adventure book. Adventure books are about finding new, cool places, getting into fights with pirates, or exploring the jungle. Next, I have a green science fiction book. Science fiction explores what the future might be like. Next, I have a purple spooky book. Spooky books give us thrills and chills. And finally, I have an orange silly book. Silly books make us laugh out loud. All of my books have something inside of them that is tied to their genre. To make the books open, we have to say a special rhyme. Okay? The rhyme goes like this. Story time, take a look. Let's see what's inside the book. So say it with me. What color is this book? It's pink. So we would say, story time, take a look. Let's see what's inside the pink fantasy book. All right, let's say it together. Are you guys ready? All right. Story time, take a look. Let's see what's inside the pink fantasy book. It's opening up. Let's see. Oh my gosh, it's a magic wand. Maybe a fairy left it here for us to find. It came right out of the book. All right. What color is our adventure book? That's right, it's blue. So let's say the rhyme together. Story time, take a look. Let's see what's inside the blue adventure book. Oh, cool! It's a pirate sword! I bet we're ready to have some epic pirate battles. Yarr! All right, the next one is our science fiction book that imagines what the future might be like. What color is this science fiction book? That's right, it's green. Let's say the rhyme together. Story time, take a look. Let's see what's inside the science fiction book. Oh, cool! It's a robot! Beep, beep, boop, beep, boop. Okay, 2 left. Looks like we have the purple spooky book left. Let's see what's inside. Can you say the rhyme with me? Story time, take a look. Let's see what's inside the purple spooky book. Oh, it's a friendly ghost. Look, he's happy to see us. That is such a relief. Ooh. All right, last one. We have the orange silly book. I can't wait to see what's inside here. Let's say it together. Ready? Story time, take a look. Let's see what's inside the orange silly book. What is that? It's a dog with a top hat and a mustache. That is pretty silly. There you go. Those are all of the genres we've explored today. We have our magical fantasy book. We have our rollicking adventure book. We have our futuristic science fiction book. We have our scary spooky book. And we have our funny silly book. Thank you for joining us for MidPointe Library's virtual story time. We have many fun programs at MidPointe Library. You can check them out on our printed program guide or go online to our website at midpointelibrary.org. We wave goodbye like this. We wave goodbye like this. We clap our hands for all our friends. We wave goodbye like this. Goodbye, everyone!